Bless myself. So today it's gonna be Andrew Wilson. I've hated Andrew Wilson for a very long time, mostly because I knew he was an incompetent debater. I knew he was a grifter. Yeah. There's that little clip of him being, a Mason. Do I believe that shit? Honestly, I do. Honestly, I could believe it. He's a Mason. I think he was considered 33 Mason. I think I don't even know how it goes. I think it's 32nd or 33. 32nd, the highest one. Or, I don't know. I don't really know what it is. It's better not to get engaged with that at all. But yeah. Andrew Joseph got exposed with Kenneth Owens. I don't think Kenneth Owens is really legit. At least as legit as you think. Because you gotta still believe she's like still an Andrew Tate supporter and stuff like that. Like, oh, so, I'm sorry. I'm playing while I'm doing this, and I was kind of going completely off script. But yeah, Candace Owens was friends with Andrew Tate, and I'm pretty sure Andrew Tate has blackmail on Candace Owens, conspicuously. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably, him being engaged with someone that is underage. Because I'm pretty sure that Andrew Tate was providing that for a little while. Trying to find this guy over here. Yeah, I'm trying to make it as short as possible because I don't really like delving into this topic at all. And I think that yeah, she is getting blackmailed by Andrew Tate, at least somehow. Because you gotta understand, Candace Owens, as innocent as she looks, or innocent as she should be, being someone who's actually quite reliable. Um, yeah, there's no way she's not part of the deep state as well. Like, it is just how it is. That's just how the world works sometimes. You could like compare it to Alex Jones. I think Alex Jones has always been like a psyop because I could go over a list of reasons why I think Alex Jones is a psyop, but he's just too convenient for the government. I don't feel like that's a good characteristic you should have for a government that is actively trying to take away any form of resistance. So that's why I think he's. I could go over the list of things. I mean, like you can argue that he's compromise, but I just don't believe it. You know, having like Kanye, having like. I also think Kanye is like a psyop. Like, there's no way. I don't believe people are that stupid. Like you're telling me that this okay, he's kind of like a crack addict. He's a fentanyl addict or whatever. So there is. there is some merit to his little craziness. I don't know. Fuentes, he's he's been a fan since Charlottesville. That guy has not changed at all. Let me think of something. Yeah, we were talking about Alex Fuentes. I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. But Alex Wilson, I have to say, probably one of the worst debaters I've ever seen. Genuinely so horrible. I don't understand why people watch them because they want to see their team win, and they don't understand why they should win. They're dogmatic, you know. People like Asma Gold likes him and stuff like that. Asma Gold love Andrew Wilson, but yeah, he got exposed pretty badly. I don't know what to say. Yeah, he got humiliated by Candace Owens. I don't understand what he was thinking. Like, what were they thinking? Type of deal. And like Andrew Wilson got cooked like by like two feminists. They're not feminists. They're just leftists. There was one feminist. I think she was a feminist. She was a lesbian feminist who like brought up that he's LARPing a traditional man, marrying a woman who has three other children with three other fathers. I mean, like, in Andrew's case, even in like conservative case, like beggars can't be choosers type of deal. And if Andrew would have just done that excuse and would have really cared, it was like, this is the best I could do, guys. But then people would stop making fun of him. But maybe not. They'll still make fun of it, but it's not as bad as right now because he's getting flamed. His wife is getting called a whale, a beluga whale. Erica Kirk is threatening to sanction the beluga whale, send it back to their three previous owners. That's an AI video. And like, I don't, I don't even know what to say. Andrew Wilson has been a loser for a very long time, and it's finally he's getting his comeuppance. Finally, he's getting cooked. Finally, I'm seeing people from the right push back on him. He's such a loser. Da-da-da. Did Andrew Coulson, Andrew Wilson. Oh, no way. I'm fucking lost. Did Andrew Wilson ever? I like he made a debate with Christianity. He kept losing those, but the right wing base that he entertains doesn't really care about that. They just want to see him screaming at people um, and take charge in the room. It's all about performance. It's all theatrical for Andrew Wilson. That's why he cuts you off. That's why he tries to insult you. That's why he says, "Oh, you don't understand anything." That's why he tries to do red herrings. That's why he never stays in subject. That's why he never has concrete views. Because the point is not to make a point, but to look like you're winning an argument by discrediting the other opponent. That it's absurd that they have this position or stuff like that. That's Andrew Wilson's move set. What did he got exposed? Oh, he got exposed, dude. This is crazy. He got exposed for for basically pimping his daughter out to Groypers. Um, in which, with two Groypers, by the way, her virginity was taken. And that in itself is a very sad time because Nick Fuentes is a Fed now, and now it's a signal of low IQ to be a Nick Fuentes fan. So Andrew Wilson's mother, I mean Andrew Wilson's mother, Andrew Wilson's wife looks so old she can be her mother. She can be his mother, bro. Isn't that wild? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that spadoodles? But yeah, he pimped out. I mean, uh, his wife pimped out their daughter, which probably isn't even his. That's probably why he didn't give a shit. Oh my god, this guy's such an asshole. Just because it's not his kid, he didn't give a shit about it, bro. I'm saying it's because that's how she's being treated. That's what she's being told to. Da, 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 da. Yeah, she got pimped out by her mom, advertised as to be a virgin for a Groyper. Definitely does not sound like a Fed or anything. Definitely does not sound like any type of Fed I've ever heard. And she got pimped out by by her mom, and then that Groyper blackmailed Andrew Wilson by threatening to release the news of his allegedly his daughter. I say allegedly not to be an asshole, but we just don't know if it's his. You know, that's why I say allegedly. We just don't know if it's his. And Andrew Wilson does have some type of explaining to do on that, because like, how can you pimp your own daughter to a Groyper at the same time? You get blackmailed, and then you joke about it that you're being blackmailed by a Groyper. But now that I think about it, maybe that's Andrew Wilson's Fed story. That his daughter got blackmailed by a Fed Groyper or something like that. That could be the case, honestly. That doesn't seem too far off. But yeah, he's under blackmail with some pretty hefty stuff. But he technically got himself in that situation, as awful as that sounds. And yeah, I just don't understand a mother who would think so little of her daughter to auction her out. Like there's no resemblance of like love. It reminds me of people who take their daughters to tennis matches or like I just don't understand the type of man who cares so little about like just strangers, even if like strangers. Like just imagine you having power or authority over you pimping out your your daughter-in-law, basically, to a gripper. Then they get blackmailed, and for that to go over so easily. They also lied about their marriage. They lied about the kids. They lied about everything. And he got doctored shit from TPUSA. That's not suspicious at all. That's not suspicious. What's another thing this loser has done? This loser can't open a pickle jar. A very funny image that I saw was of 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 Candace Owens as a pickle jar. I thought that was hilarious. But that's